This is JG from Austin for Bangsan Xiangyin Temple. How time flies that we are heading to another stage of learning in fall semester. Fo Hub has prepared another package of Buddhist learning for Buddhist students like you to broaden your doctrinal learning as well as enhance your spiritual cultivation in daily life practice. Buddhist Sutra study is one of the many accesses to have a glimpse of the vast sea of Buddha Dharma. The sutra that I pick up for you in your fall semester study is the 8 Realizations of a Bodhisattva Sutra. And I will use the book entitled The Great Realizations, a commentary on the 8 Realizations of a Bodhisattva Sutra as the textbook. Based on my decades of teaching Buddhist sutra experience, I prefer to choose a sutra that which is short in length, clear in content, and complete in thought. This sutra, the 8 Realizations of a Bodhisattva Sutra, has perfectly met the criteria in its brevity, clarity, and completeness. It also answers to most of the Buddhist students' questions. What are the causes of our inceptions? Why do we behave in certain ways in our relationships? Why there are various thoughts arising in our anger, anxiety, worry, frustrations, and so on. Inevitably, most Buddhist students would wonder how to solve all these problems in life. It is said that the sutra was prompted by a question asked of the Buddha by one of his wisest disciples, Anuruddha. Anuruddha asked the Buddha, how are lay people to behave? And how are monks to interact with lay people? How to become enlightened and achieve nirvana? The Buddha replied, good question. The question pertains to the realizations of all bodhisattvas. And the text of this sutra is the answer of the Buddha to Anuruddha. The author of the textbook, Venerable Master Xing, interprets the sutra by using contemporary daily life examples as well as ancient Gong'an stories. Buddhist terminology becomes easy and apprehensible through his simple yet precise explanation. His storytelling skill is so fascinating that he enlivens the ancient Buddhist teaching with a new perspective. As we read along, we may make the same explanations just like the moment when Shakyamuni Buddha got enlightenment. How wonderful it is! How wonderful it is! The greatness of this sutra lies in its emphasis on the importance of life in this world. This corresponds to the principle of humanist Buddhism. The Buddha's teaching focuses on people who live in this world, and the Buddha intended his teachings to be used and applied in daily life practice. He was not doing empty talks. He wanted people applying the teaching to solve problems caused by greed, hatred, and ignorance. The author of this book, Venerable Master Xing, adopts a metaphorical description that a sutra is like a compass and navigational chart that we can steer our lives away from confusion and fear towards the peace and security of the shores of truth. In studying the sutra, let us all learn the skill of using the compass and chart in the sea of our Bodhisattva journey. I will adopt the 4-level questions that we have prompted in our study group and lay Dharma teacher workshop. The 4-level questions are recall the questions, rephrase questions, relate questions, and realize questions. Students will be guided to analyze the text, digest the content, and apply the teaching to daily life practice. All students will be invited to interact in class through Q&A and sharing by the end of each class meeting. The content of the text will be proportionally divided into 10 class meetings so that students can comfortably follow the schedule of the class plan. Basically, we will cover one chapter in each class meeting, and hopefully we can spare one class meeting for review, Q&A, and sharing. As a teacher, I hope students read a text before each class meeting. With such preparation, students can actively join class discussion and share ideas based on their reading of the textbook. And through the 4-level questions, students will learn to analyze the text, relate the text to their life experiences, and hopefully realizing the truths that Buddha discovered and shared with us through his teachings. And it would be very likely the students would expand their minds to embrace Bodhisattva spirit as we study this textbook, chapter by chapter. I would like to quote what Venerable Master Xing wrote in this book. We should think of the Buddha as our good friend and teacher, as someone who wants to help us reflect on the meaning of the sutra and allows its import to reverberate in our minds and through our lives. I sincerely invite you to learn the Bodhisattva spirit and develop a Mahayana mind in this class. I look forward to meeting you in fall semester.